Well, plans for expanding a proposed elementary school in Olympic Village are facing opposition from some people living in the community. The Vancouver School Board has applied to the city to add a fourth story to the new building to increase student capacity. Residents have been calling for a school to be built in the neighborhood for years, but some are now concerned about what the increased capacity might mean for things like traffic and green space. Well, Kathy Thornycroft is a resident of Olympic Village.
The rezoning is now changing it from a 350 student population school to 630, so which is nearly double the size in student population, as well as a significantly higher building than was anticipated, resulting in diminished green space. There will be a playground on the rooftop, which is adding additional height to the building. And the access to that play area will only take place during school hours, not after school or evenings or on the weekends. So it certainly won't be available opportunities for families to go and play, in the off hours.
Now, the Vancouver School Board's been planning for a school in Olympic Village since 2007. Victoria Jung is the school board chair, and she's been good enough to join us in studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being with us. The Olympic Village neighborhood's been in existence for 15 years now. The school has been in the works since 2007. Here we are, 2025, and the school site is still an empty field. Why is it taking so long?
Well, that's a great question. First, I'd like to say how excited we are. There's a huge need, obviously,
Clearly.
that's been around, and the site was identified almost 2 decades ago, so extremely thrilled to see this moving forward. Of course, we look at enrollment numbers, and the way that schools are funded are around current enrollment. So we've seen a massive increase in population growth in that area, which also has increased the enrollment numbers.
Yeah.
So, as the guest just mentioned, we've, because of that, have needed to build a larger school.
Okay. Now, again, the question was, why has it taken so long? Is that because of provincial funding, basically? Because their funding wasn't announced for this until last year. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we've been waiting for. You heard there from Kathy Thornycroft, not happy with the loss of green space, which she says is an inaccessible child's play area. I guess it would be inaccessible if it's on the roof, and an increased height of the building in the rezoning application. Your response to her concerns?
So the original building plan was 13.5 meters, and the rezoning application identified a building height of 18.8 meters. So that's an extra 5 meters. I understand, and change is hard for a community. We have seen it is a large green space in the area. However, the need for education is also there. And so, we're super grateful that $150 million is coming from the Minister of Education and Childcare, and that we will see green space built on the roof, because we're limited to a 2,700 square meter parcel, which again, thanks to the city for identifying and being able to provide. But we have to be innovative. We can't build outward, so we have to build up. And that's just the reality of a high-density city.
Well, right. I mean, we don't have the days when, a school and the schoolyard occupied an entire block, which is what we see in some neighborhoods in Vancouver.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a great neighborhood school. We really try to keep kids in their neighborhood. It's walking distance. It's very close to a SkyTrain. It's extremely accessible. And so you're going to see a lot of foot traffic. You're going to see a lot of families walking their kids to school in the morning. It's going to be beautiful for the community. This has been earmarked for many, many years, and it's part of the City of Vancouver's official development of the Southeast Fault Creek area. And so it's just one more step toward accomplishing their development plan and completing the neighborhood.
All right. I wanted you to hear from Kathy Thornycroft again, because she's got another concern about the school. Have a listen.
We don't believe we have 630 school-age children in the Olympic Village. And actually, the statistics play out that that is not accurate. We have a lot of early childhood children. There are lots of young people down here. You see them with strollers and so forth, but they need childcare at this point. And so we understand that the reason this rezoning is taking place is to accommodate our neighboring schools, which are at capacity, and overflow will come this way.
All right. So we don't need 650 spaces here, according to Ms. Thornycroft. Your reply to that?
My reply is we need seismically safe schools in our city.
Yeah.
We have aging infrastructure. This is an opportunity to build a seismically safe school for students in the neighborhood. We do have enrollment pressures in neighboring schools. We do. This will alleviate some of that. But we also have kids who are traveling, kids and families traveling in the morning to go to a school where they should be going to school in their neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so I hear her, and I understand that it's going to be tough for the community. But there's going to be construction. There's going to be a new building in the park. However, there's so many families who are super grateful for this because they have been waiting for a long time. And we do hear from a lot of parents who say it would be great to be able to walk out of their neighborhood or walk out of their house and walk a couple blocks to drop their kids off at school.
And I guess in a couple of years, those kids in strollers will be looking for a school to go to. Tell me about the timeline of actually getting the school built.
Sure. So we are currently waiting. The next step is for the city's rezoning application to be approved. Fingers crossed, everything goes smoothly, and then we will begin construction. Anticipated start of construction is 2027 and completion in 2029.
In 2029?
Yes.
So if somebody is 1 year old now in that stroller, they'll be attending the school 4 years from now.
That is the plan, and that's exactly what we're looking forward to. And so super grateful. I will say to, was it Kathy?
Yeah.
Kathy, I hear the need for childcare, and I would love to, that's something for the city and for the ministry to discuss as well, because I'm in that fight as well. We are the Ministry of Education and Childcare, and so I understand the need for childcare as well. But today's celebration is for K to 7 in Olympic Village.
Right. And again, proposed in 2027. It's been in the, or pardon me, 2007 rather, 2007, and you're expecting completion by 2029.
Yes.
It's a long timeline.
It sure is. It sure is. But again, grateful that it's moving ahead at this point, because it does take quite some time for these projects to move forward.
Victoria, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Stephen.
Appreciate it.
Take care.
It's Victoria Jung, the Vancouver School Board Chair.